Welcome back to Live Laugh Lupita. You can probably guess that I am Lupita, and you are correct. Today we're going to talk about why I deleted Instagram, because it was about damn time. And I'm not talking logging out, I'm not talking deactivating, because I know a lot of you guys do that. I deleted it and I feel free, and I want to talk about it. I am going to be reading off my notes right over here, because if I don't, I'll be here a very long time. I like to talk, that's why I'm here. Let's start with the obvious, because I think a lot of you guys can relate. It was not fun anymore. And if it was, then everybody would be posting. If you think that it is fun, then you probably can't relate, and I'm happy for you, honestly. The last time that I posted was in 2023. For a lot of people, they haven't posted since like 2020, and maybe they post every leap year, or they only post on their stories, which was my case. I was very active on my stories because, if I'm being honest, I do like to share things, especially with my group, right? I want people to know what I'm up to. And for the first time in my life, I was living life. I graduated college, I was moving around, I was traveling. So of course I want to share that with my friends. But it's hard to do that when you post on your feed. It feels very different, so I avoided posting on my feed. I knew I was never going to post my feed. I still kept the app. It honestly feels like keeping an outfit in your closet that you just feel guilty of donating. I don't know why that happens. You know, you get FOMO too, so that was Instagram for me. I had a toxic relationship with Instagram specifically, but not in the usual way that you might be thinking. When people talk about toxic social media, it's usually about comparison. It's about comparing yourselves to other people, feeling like you're behind. And for me, it wasn't about that. I've never compared my body to anybody's body. I've never compared my life to anybody's life. Sure, I've looked at something and I've thought to myself like, oh, I wish that was me, or oh, I wish I had that. But I mean, after 5 seconds, I never thought about it. I've never really felt the need to live through anyone else. I love my life. And my issue was that I don't like being perceived. I don't like the idea of people, especially people that I don't talk to anymore, watching me live my life from a distance. And I quite literally mean distance, because I've moved around to like 3 different states at this point. And it just feels like people are watching me. Comfortable crawling, feeling like I was being seen in ways that I can't control. Because you truly can't control what people think about you. I started to feel guilty for being happy, for being successful, for living out my dreams. And I shouldn't. I worked for everything that I have, and I always try to remind myself that I am where I'm supposed to be. I shouldn't feel bad about where I am just because it might make someone else feel uncomfortable or jealous. It is not my problem to manage someone's jealousy of me. And I'll tell you this, my account is so small, I deleted it, was so small that I knew pretty much everyone on that list, even if I wasn't close to them. And because I was pretty active on my stories, and I was pretty aware of who was watching them, because the list wasn't long, I became very aware when this particular person stopped watching my stories. And like a normal person, I first found it normal. You know, people go through things, people delete the app. There's nothing wrong with that. But months went by, and now I'm here. They stopped interacting with me altogether. And what message were they trying to send me? To this day, I don't know what message they were sending me. But whatever it was, I hope it was worth it, because it made me realize that I do not want a friend who is jealous of me. So jealous of me that they felt that they had to remove themselves from my life. If the only way of knowing what I'm up to, if the only way to know if I'm doing okay is through my Instagram stories, and they just flat out stopped watching them for a year, then why are we friends? See, and a lot of people will disagree with me. They'll be like, oh, it's no big deal. People are busy. Like, somebody liking your story. It's not about liking my story. No, it was just flat out like this was our only way of staying in touch. And they stopped interacting altogether. Like I said, I hope it was worth it, because it took a lot of time for me to heal from that, and I'm better now. This is another toxic part of my journey with Instagram, the guilt that I felt when trying to disconnect. That's the part that started consuming me, because I felt guilty about removing people. At one point I had 150 plus friend requests just pending, sitting there. I couldn't get myself to decline them. Every now and then I would, but like it's just something that I didn't actively want to do. I would just leave them sitting there. I didn't want to look at them. I knew it was a hard no, you don't get access into my life, I'm sorry. But I didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. And it's crazy because it's like, if you haven't spoken to these people, like, they probably don't even care. But in my head, yes, they do. And they're gonna hate me for declining their friend request. The idea of deleting people off my account made me feel like I was the villain. But at some point I had to ask myself, why do I feel responsible for making other people feel included in my life when they're not even in my life anymore? Let that one sit. When it comes to social media, especially with an app like Instagram, where you have people from high school, from college, from work, I try to follow what I call the grocery store rule. I bet that a lot of you guys have heard about it. Basically, if I ran into you at the grocery store, would I say hi to you or would I try to avoid you? If I tried to avoid you, then I shouldn't have you on my account. It's quite simple. And if I turn to talk to you and be excited to say hi and ask how you're doing, then by all means, I feel comfortable having you on my profile. But you don't need access to my stories or my wins if you're somebody that I would try to avoid. We forget that digital access is still access, and that access matters. I'm all about protecting my peace. I believe that everyone and everything has energy, and not everyone sends good energy. I believe in the evil eye. I believe that jealousy, envy, and negativity, those things find their way through the screen. Not everyone deserves a front row seat to your life. There's power in privacy, and there's beauty in knowing that the real you is only known by a small, trusted circle. I love the feeling that you could scroll through my profile and truly not know who I am, because that is sacred to me. It's only been a couple days since I let go of the application, but it took me like 10 months of thinking about it to finally pull the plug. I still remember where I was and who I was talking to when I first thought about maybe I should take a break from this app. It was just consuming me. I was thinking a lot about what people were thinking about me, why this person wasn't interacting with me anymore. I was trying to decipher messages that I have no business trying to decipher. So yeah, I did it in the spur of the moment. No announcement, no goodbye post, just one quiet decision I made while I was in bed in the middle of the night, and honestly, I feel lighter. Almost immediately I felt lighter. Social media can be amazing. It's here to inspire us, to connect us with our family members that are across the globe, to entertain us. But once it starts consuming your thoughts, when it starts making you feel watched or uncomfortable, when it feels like a burden more than a joy, it's okay to walk away. Your peace is more important than anyone else's perception of you. So yeah, I deleted my Instagram. I have no plans of returning anytime soon. And if this inspires you to delete yours, then congratulations. Believe me when I tell you, your mental health will thank you for this. Leave a comment if you can relate to anything. Send this to someone who might need to hear what I have to say. And don't forget to protect your peace. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Until next time, take care.